You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Celebrating today. What's the deal here? I mean, I'm looking at some of these celebrations, and they're getting a little... I think we're stretching a little to figure out what we're going to celebrate nowadays. National Camera Day? Yeah, I don't know about that one. Let's see. National Almond Butter Crunch Day. That can't be too bad. Can't be too bad. Now, here's one that you have to really pay attention to because I'm not excited. So it's National Waffle Iron Day. Now, if they said it was National Waffle Day, I could get behind that. But the waffle iron? I don't know about that. Let's go back to the butter almond crunch. Almond butter crunch. You know what almond butter crunch is? I think most people would call it almond roca, and it looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to just, we'll stick with that one. Maybe it's not almond roca, but it looks like it. So we're going to go there anyway. Hey, let's take a look at the markets today. The Dow Jones up 86 points. S&P 500 up 4.61. NASDAQ down 244. Oil up 40 cents a barrel. 73.30 a barrel of oil right now. Let's see what the bond market. 10-year Treasury, it's up just a little bit, 1.489. Germany is still on a negative interest rate. Negative 0.167. That's the 10-year German Bund. That's the only one negative. So we're getting a little bit better here and there. Japan, they've got a whopping 0.06 is their interest on a 10-year Japanese instrument. Nothing too exciting right there. Markets are just kind of treading water right now. There's a little bit of reasons for that. We'll talk about those in the Mortgage Minute a bit later in the broadcast. Let's see what else is going on in the world today. Jobless workers sue their states for ending unemployment benefits early. Unbelievable. Go back to work. Right? And we want that safety net to be there for those people that need it. But we've got 9 million open jobs, and we've got people that are still going out there and collecting unemployment benefits because they don't want to go search. Not a good opportunity right there. Let's see what else we've got here in the news. Wow, some really interesting stuff in the news. We're going to have to get back to some of these things a little bit in just a little bit here. Hey, how about the Biden administration? You can only in America. So the Biden administration is going, and they say that, what's this gal's name? Gwen Berry, who hates America, doesn't want to represent America. And did you hear this Jen Psaki coming out? And she's a real piece of work. I mean, what a tool this one is. So she says, well, we haven't been the greatest country for always. Who is? Does anybody know any country, any individual, anyone that is perfect all the time? Now, my wife sometimes says that I am, but that's a whole different story. Yeah. Nah, she's not hardly saying that even at all. But the whole issue is even though we haven't been haven't been perfect, still the greatest country on earth. And to have someone going out there and saying, something, I don't think I want to represent this. Holy cow. Unbelievable. Hey, did you watch the basketball finals last night? The line of the event, former NBA coach Jeff Van Gundy says, I'm sick of the sissification of the game, quote unquote. Sissification. It used to be that in the playoffs, right? It was a battle. Right now, if somebody puts a pinky on you, they're complaining that it's a foul. Unbelievable when you watch what's going on right now to how what the game has become. Unreal. Gwen Berry again, flag snubbing U.S. track and field star, defended by the White House. This is another fascinating one. So Jen Psaki, she comes out and says she hasn't spoken with the president specifically about this and goes on to read a statement. Wonder who she's speaking for. I just throw that out there. Moving right along, let's see. Psaki cast GOP as a party of defund the police. I guess this is fascinating. You got to watch this one. It's amazing. So Cedric Richmond, he's the member of the Biden team that came out with this first. And we all know the truth, right? I mean, we got in Minnesota, Democrat state, Democrat area there when we had the George Floyd issues, defund the police. Seattle, Democrat run, defund the police. Portland, Democrat run, defund the police. All these Illinois, Chicago, Democrat run, defund the police. And the Biden administration, I guess they've had their head in the sand. Don't go there, right? So they've all come up with these ideas that it's the Republicans that are the defund the police organization. Doesn't make sense. No one's going to believe it, but apparently they've probably polled it, and somebody must have come out and said, "Hey, this tracks pretty well. We're gonna run with that one." Unreal, but hey, it is what it is. We're watching all of those things. It's amazing seeing how some of these taglines come out. Just baffling. But hey, let's continue on and see what else is in the news right now today. I got a couple questions that come into us, and I figured we would throw those out to you. We did have a conversation last week, and it's something that's been going on quite a bit lately. So what is a reverse mortgage, and how does it work? So we talked about this with Jay Kaplan last week, and we get this question all the time. There's still so many myths about the reverse mortgage, who it's for, who will benefit from it. Remember, a reverse mortgage is nothing more than a lien on the property, same as any other mortgage, same as a home equity line of credit, same as your solar. If you've got solar, they're putting a lien on your property. So the reverse mortgage is nothing more than a lien on your property. Now, you do not have to make mortgage payments with the reverse mortgage. They are optional. And that's a key component right there. The mortgage payment is optional. You can make a payment or you can not make a payment. Pretty simple right there. Is it for you? I don't know. I would say that it's worth looking into, right? So I'm a big believer. This is just a personal opinion. There's never been a bad mortgage product. There have been bad applications of mortgage products. Even the pay option arm that came out in 2006, 2005 wasn't a bad product. The application of it was when you're giving a McDonald's worker, pizza delivery guy, a home loan for $1 million home because he said or she said they made $25,000 a month and nobody looked at it. Well, that's a bad application of the product. So reverse mortgage, it's a great product. I put my mom and dad into it. I think it was one of the best things they ever did. It helped their cash flow. You don't have to have the whole loan paid off. It does not need to be a loan that's on a paid off property. It can take out a existing mortgage. You have to have a good amount of equity. That is true. You can use it to buy a new home. That is true. The bank does not own your home. You maintain ownership. You maintain control. You want to sell it 6 months after you take it out? Fine. You want to sell it 5 years after you take it out? Fine. You want to sell your home and buy a new home using another reverse mortgage? That's fine too, right? So it's got a lot of options to it. I would say the reverse option mortgage. Now, the only thing that you do have to be aware of, it's different than a traditional mortgage, is because the reverse mortgage is geared towards seniors, and there are so many slime balls out there that take advantage of seniors, there is a mandatory counseling. It's about 60 to 90 minutes of counseling with an FHA approved third party. You have to pay for that, get the counseling. But even that, it's all geared to benefit that homeowner, that senior, and look out for their best interest. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, what to expect as appraisal gaps grow. Easy for me to say that one 3 times fast. Financial blunders that self-defeat us, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Starts now. Take action and put your money to work for you instead of working for your money. Are you sitting on $100,000 of home equity? Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit RonSiegelRadio.com. Are you a military veteran, first responder, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, then you're a Ron Siegel VIP hero, and you may qualify for rewards up to $5,000 to $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with a Ron Siegel Radio partner. As a valued VIP hero, you receive special savings, rebates, and valuable discounts. Learn more by calling me, Ron Siegel, at 1-800-306-1990 or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. It's just our way of saying thank you.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's check it out. We've got a workshop for you today. We frequently put on these workshops just to get you some good information. I believe it's good information. Otherwise, I would not be delivering them. But as you know, I am a national speaker for the Society for Financial Awareness. It is a commonly referred to as SOFA, S-O-F-A, a 501c3 with the mission of ending financial literacy across America, one community at a time. So today, our conversation is going to be, these are all about, are you making the financial blunders of your life, is what we're going to talk about today. So it usually begins, we put off creating a written financial plan. It's a behavior thing. We love to procrastinate, stay busy, spend our money, or our credit doesn't do us any good, so it hurts us long term. We should never ignore the basics that keep us on track. So we're watching out for that. Give me, I'm going to take a 1 second here. I'm going to mute my mic so I can cough here and check this cable. Hopefully that will get rid of, I don't know if I'm the only one hearing this this static in my head. Sometimes I get these noises going through my head. If you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, you'll see me putting a finger in my ear sometimes. Just these sounds, they talk to me and they're funny. Oh, well. I jest today. So let's check this out one more time. Okay, monthly budget So you should never ignore the basics that keep us on track. So a monthly budget to priorities, putting off inspecting our protection, our insurance, retirement, time and assets, investing how it's going, taxes. Who's got a clue on that one? Estate planning. So protection is a biggie, right? Insurance. That's one of the issues that we talk about all the time on Ron Siegel Radio, and we're going to be having some insurance people come on. When was the last time you had your insurance reviewed? Now, especially if you are a homeowner, many homeowners have their insurance set as an impound. So they don't really ever think about it, right? It gets paid every month, and they just leave it there, and they don't ever look and say, am I getting the right insurance? Because the insurance company, they can increase the rate, and your lender just increases your monthly mortgage payment, and away they go. Right? Everyone's thinks, no one's looking, so we'll charge more. Well, that's not good. As a financial advocate, I'm going to tell you right now, shop these things. Look at them. Make sure that you've got the right protection for you and your family. Things change. So make sure you have your insurance person. If you don't have one, call me, 800-306-1990. We'll put you in touch with a great insurance person that helps a lot of the listeners of Ron Siegel Radio. But have it reviewed. You need to have your retirement. It's all planning, right? We provide everybody with a total cost analysis. What is that? It's simply a review of your mortgage statement. Does it cost you anything? Absolutely not. Send a copy of your most recent mortgage statement to rj@ronsiegelradio.com, rj@ronsiegelradio.com. We'll do an analysis and see, are you where you need to be? You can tell us what your debts look like. Right? If you want to look and say, and we're going to talk about this in the Mortgage Minute, how much properties have appreciated in the last year. But think about that. With as much as property is appreciated, are you paying 20% on a credit card bill? Are you paying 15%, 30% on a credit card bill? And you haven't thought about looking and seeing how can we structure the debt side of our balance sheet? Are you getting what you should on the investing side? And I talked about this one as well, right? There's index funds that are paying great money right now. And you can look at some of those and maybe that's the right way for you. Or we've had our friend Blake Vartanian on the program many times. And we talk about taking some money out of your real estate and investing it into additional real estate. Anybody ever play the game Monopoly? Right? That was basically buy a bunch of houses, convert them into hotels. Well, what if you were as a young person? What if you buy a fourplex or a twoplex as your first home? Somebody else is helping you make that mortgage payment. You buy it with 3.5% down. You live in one, you rent one. Maybe it's not your dream home. Maybe it's not even the greatest home in the world, but live there for a year, keep it, right? Then you save money while you're living there and buy your next home after a year, right? Put 5% down the next time and rent out those 2 units that you had in that duplex, collect the rent, and it should cash flow positive for you at some point in time. And a year later, you buy a third property. How do you keep doing this? It's monopoly. It's very, very simple. How about as we continue looking at some of these financial issues? Do you have kids? Are they minors? If you and your spouse were killed, who's going to be the legal guardians? I know that sounds morbid, but sometimes someone has to hit you right between the eyes, right? What happens if you go on vacation and the unthinkable happens? Who's going to look out for your kids? Have you taken responsibility for making sure you spoke to our friend Alton Moore to get a estate plan and a kid's directive as to where your kids are going to go? Do you want the state to make that decision for you? Right? I'm just throwing that out there. You have to have a will, that pour over will, and the trust that we talked about with Alton last week. Not owning a living trust to avoid unnecessary probate. Yeah, that's another big issue, right? If you own a home, if you have assets, you have a family, part of that has to do, and it doesn't matter how old you are. If you're old enough to have kids, you're old enough to have a trust, right? Because you're old enough to be that you need to take care of them. That is a key component right there. Do we know why we don't save enough money? It's pretty simple. We don't pay ourselves first. And I'm a big proponent, get the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a weird read because it does have some old English type references, but we don't pay ourselves first. Richest Man in Babylon says pay yourself 10% first. Do we truly believe that banks and credit card companies care more about us than the money we owe them? Not a chance, right? So if you take 20% of your income and apply it to your debts, 10% goes to paying yourself first. That's your savings. Live off the 70%. Over time, you're going to be where you want to be. Tax refunds. I know so many people that say, well, when I get my refund, we're going to go on vacation. When I get my refund, we're going to go whatever. Do you live for these? It's our money coming back to us. You just gave it to the government interest-free. What other investment are you going to make with your money, or where else are you going to put your money to give it to them to hold for you for up to a year interest-free? But we'll give it to the government. They're good stewards of our money. They're $30 trillion in debt. Have we figured out yet that to receive a refund comes from not doing tax planning and overpaying in Uncle Sam every paycheck? Could you use the money more than your take-home pay than Uncle Sam needs it to hold on to it? When a financial emergency occurs, why is it we run to our credit cards and not an emergency fund that we set up and funded for years? I'm just throwing that out there for you. Maybe the emergency, maybe your tax refund, if you get any, maybe that should go into your emergency fund every year. Makes sense to me. The great assumption, the stock market is going down. Evidence of bear markets averaged 39.5% every 7 years. There's been 13 recorded so far. Is over. It won't happen to me. It's just doomsday talk. I could tell you this. I was at the Chapman Economic Forecast, or I actually was online, but I listened to the whole thing just recently. And they made a good case that inflation is here. The money supply is growing, causing more and more inflation. And maybe you need to diversify out of the stock market into some other alternative investments. Doing your retirement planning and omitting. Here's another big blunders. Inflation, it's going to count. Increasing taxes. Yeah, so a lot of those 2026 tax cuts that sunset, or a lot of the tax cuts that are in sunset after 2026. Do you think the Biden administration is going to continue those? Ignoring our spending behavior. That's becoming ingrained in this. At that time, we'll cut back. Once we have to, when we retire, then we'll cut back. Any stock market corrections that impact our investments or pensions at work. Another big blunder. Be careful of that. You have that emergency fund, 6 to 12 months of 100% of your living expenses, right? In liquid funds. Why do I want it in liquid funds? Does anybody remember March of 2020? Stock market took a massive drop. What if you needed to pull money out to pay your mortgage then? What if you needed to pull money out because you had your 8-year required mandatory distribution, your RMD, that for those that are of age, and you had to pull it out because you didn't plan, right? Because if you pulled it out if you didn't do it in 2019 and you're of age, well, you had to do it before April of 2020. And if you did it at the wrong time, it's going to cost you significantly more. Why? Because the market was in the tank. It's all come back, but you had to wait a few months for that to happen. Some more blunders: doing your retirement planning and omitting, purchasing insurance, investments, solar panels, a pool, plastic surgery, dental, car. Anything with contract making you responsible in your actions, yet not reading the contract or ongoing correspondence. Ready, fire, aim mentality, right? You go and you pull the trigger before you ever look. Right now, there are so many people that are wishing they had read their solar contracts, because there's a lot of problems in some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. So how about some realities of the credit card? It's not about using it. The item you want to do is too expensive, so I'll put it on a credit card. I can't afford it, but I'll put it on a credit card and pay 25% interest. That makes sense. It really is want, not a need. You're purchasing it with money you don't have. When they want becomes a need with money we don't have, we use credit. While our pile of debt continues to grow, find a better way, or save your money up and then buy it. Is our savings just a deferred spending account? Remember I told you about that 10% richest man in Babylon? Pay yourself first. You're paying yourself first so you can spend that money? No. The money that you want to save for spending, that comes out of your 70%, right? Because you're taking your 10%, that's savings for long term. Retirement money, right? That's a constant issue. When was the last time you looked in a mirror, faced the reality of who we financially are to our other side? Yeah, the other side, that's denial. As long as we continue the same habits which suck away our hopes and dreams, allowing the darkness of debt to win out, we'll probably never get ahead. It's a choice we make daily, right? Are you making that choice? What are you doing? 3 key people who can keep us on track, carry out our wants and priorities, provide us sound advice. Your household board of directors. Financial advisor, tell them they better keep you on track. Can they force you? No. But they can strongly suggest. Your accountant, your estate planning attorney. Why do we think of those as a cost? Those are really sound investments to you, to your family. They mean a whole lot over time. Social Security. I love the number one advisor I ever hear about for Social Security for people. Well, this is what my neighbor did. How much experience does your neighbor have in dealing with Social Security? None. Right? But that's who you're going to for advice. They decided to take their Social Security the minute they got it, or they were eligible. Wonderful. Last number I heard, for every year you wait from your eligible date till age 70 and a half, your Social Security benefit increases by about 8%. If you don't need it on day one, why are you taking it? Now, if you're ill, that might make sense because depends on your break-even points, right? So don't take it too early. Again, you get more the longer you wait. It's just another benefit for you. Planning, kids' college, retirement, kids' weddings. Are you going to need another car in a few years? Your bucket list, right? Plan on all of these things. Why do we realize these items will appear in our future, yet we open no accounts to fund them? We don't plan for them. Does not make any sense at all. In our investing, as we age, we fail to lower our risk profile. Young people, you can put all your money in aggressive stocks. You have time. When you get old, you need to balance that portfolio out with things that are much more conservative, right? Because you don't have as much time left. The unspoken assumption. My company and our government will take care of me, so I really have little to concern myself with. That's why I voted for Mr. Smith, whoever you voted for, and work where I do. Little risk. Unbelievable. So just a myth that is not so. If you want more information on dealing with the financial blunders, give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got the Mortgage Minute, a lot of information, great information in there for you. We're going to talk about the appraisal gaps. They're happening. What are you going to do about it? We'll talk about it. You can reach me anytime off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
What's your plan to beat inflation and protect and build your future wealth? If you're not sure, and if you would like to learn the secret of building wealth by utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, Realty Pro 100 has your solution. Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program may increase your net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 or more per year. Learn more about the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder Program by texting My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. License DRE 02059058.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you own a luxury home or planning to purchase one? If so, your home may be your largest asset, but your mortgage may also be your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team is offering amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates in the 3%, and 15-year rates in the 2s. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com or call me directly. My number is 800-306-1990. Licensed under NMLS 217037. Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694552.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You've got the phone. Make the call, 800-306-1990. Dow Jones now up 43.63. The NASDAQ is up 16. 64. S&P 500 up 4.88. The 10-year Treasury up, ever so slightly, 1 basis point, yielding 1.485 right now. So seniors, you're still losing money when you look at inflation at about 4%, and you've got the 10-year Treasury at about 1.5%, about 2.5% loss in buying power. Not fun. And the mortgage-backed securities, that bond is up. It's better than it was earlier in the day. So interest rates have lowered during the day or dropped a little bit during the day today, as we watch those all the time. Our private clients, that's one of the things we do for the private clients, is we're constantly watching interest rates to see what makes sense for them. And if you are one of our private clients, or if we've adopted your mortgage. Later today, you'll be able to watch for your emails, and you're actually going to see that we're going to send you out an updated mortgage review. And does it mean that there's something for you to do? Absolutely not. That what it means is you need to take a look at it and understand this is where the values of properties are. This is where the mortgage market is. If you've got a lot of higher debt, maybe you want to consider getting rid of some of that. If you've got mortgage insurance, maybe you want to get rid of that. All different opportunities for you. But hey, let's take a look and see what is causing the mortgage world to do what it's doing. Case-Shiller Home Price Index tracks the changes in the value of residential real estate across the U.S., was reported for the month of April. The national index, which covers all 9 U.S. Census divisions, reported a 14.6% annual gain in April, up from 13.3% in the month of March. My favorite one, the FHFA, that's the Federal Housing Finance Agency, House Price Index. This measures home price appreciation on single-family homes with conforming loan amounts. So yes, it could be $1 million home, but the loan is a conforming loan amount. Increased by 1.8% in April, which was above expectations of 1.2%, and increased 1.7% year over year from the previously revised report of 14% to now it is 15.7%. I'm going to tell you that's not as good as it seems, right? 15.7 is a big number, but it's a little hot. So we want to see that number closer to our norm, right in the 5.3 range. When it's at 15.7, that means be careful. And what do I mean by that? Well, when it goes up that much, it can go down that much too. Now, it doesn't usually stay that way, no. But one of the things that I'm a big proponent of is if your value of your equity has gone up that much, and interest rates, we looked at the Freddie Mac rate, I think last week, and let me grab that number so I can tell you exactly what it was. I think it was 3.02. That was what Freddie Mac reported as the mortgage rate on the 30-year fixed rate loan, 3.02. Now remember, you got to pay a little bit to get it, and it's a purchase money loan and all those things. But just for example's sake, if you can borrow at 3 or 3.5, and you're looking at your real estate has grown at 15.7, take some equity out of your property and buy another piece of rental property, buy a bigger house, get rid of that mortgage insurance for sure, get rid of your household debts, get rid of your student loans, right? Because the difference between those numbers is your wealth, right? So if you're paying 6%, 7%, 8% on student loans, and you have the equity in your house that's getting you 0, but you could borrow on it for 3.5% or 4% or 3%, whatever the number is. There's a spread between, say, let's go 4 to 7. That's a 3% spread. That's money. If you actually took that money that you're already paying and applied that to the new mortgage, you're going to pay that off significantly quicker. That's a demonstrated item in the mortgage reviews that you can get from Ron Siegel Radio. All you have to do is send all of your debt statements to RJ at ronsiegelradio.com, RJ at ronsiegelradio.com, and we'll just put it on an analysis for you. Send it to you. No obligation, no cost, right? It's just a matter of how do you get great information? How do you make excellent decisions when you don't have excellent information? Just a simple thought there. That is the Mortgage Minute, Brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, how about the next home loan strategy? That's a more important thing because you can go anywhere and get a loan. You're not going to get strategy in a whole lot of places. They're just going to say, here's your rate, here's your payment, have a good day. But strategy is it's completely different. Go on ronsiegelradio.com. Website's been totally updated, upgraded. A lot of great information there, save you a lot of money, and it can build your household net worth. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, appraisal gaps. They're growing. We'll talk about it. We've got a featured home as well. Brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
If you're listening to this program, building personal wealth is a topic you're familiar with, and you probably understand that making money is about creating a high income from a high-paying job or running a business, while building wealth, on the other hand, is about creating a stock of value that goes up over time. You've also probably noticed lately that prices for fuel, groceries, and raw materials are skyrocketing, while your monthly income remains flat. Welcome to Inflation 101. One of the fastest growing wealth building strategies is utilizing your current assets with little or no risk, like the equity in your home. Realty Pro 100 has been helping people like you increase their net worth by $50,000 to $75,000 per year. Now's the time to put your money to work for you and beat inflation. Learn more and start building your wealth by contacting Realty Pro 100. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Text My Wealth Builder to 79564. Receive free information on how the Realty Pro 100 Wealth Builder program works and if it's the right wealth building strategy for you. License DRE 02059058.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@ronsiegelradio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the featured home segment today. Being brought to you by myfavoritelender.net, myfavoritelender.net. Let's take a look at this one. I think it's brought to us by our friend Mike Dunn. Yes, there it is. It is from our buddy Mike. He's got the property today. Let's see. It is 6 Altivo, Rancho Santa Margarita, 3 bedrooms, 2 full and a half a bathroom. Magnificent single-family home located at the end of a quiet cul-de-sac with hill views in the exclusive Melinda Heights Talavera community, featuring 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and approximately 1,500 square feet. Light and bright open floor plan features cathedral ceilings in the entry and family room with cozy fireplace and custom built-in entertainment center. The kitchen features granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, gas range, oven, dishwasher, center peninsula island with bar seating. And Mike Dunn, Coldwell Banker, Platinum Properties, $899,000 is the list price. Let's take a look at some of the financing options that are available for this property. How about 10% down, $35.21 a month, 20% down, $31.30 a month, 25% down, strategically speaking, $27.53 a month. Those are the principal and interest numbers. You do have to add mortgage insurance, HOA insurance, and taxes if any of them apply. And for those keeping score, and I know you are, you compliance folks, 3.465 APR, 3.299 APR, 2.958 APR, and MLS 217037. Again, if you want more information on this property or any of the properties that we feature, give me a call at 800-306-1990. No, I don't sell real estate, but I can put you in touch with Mike Dunn. He sells it. And this property at 6 Altivo, Rancho Santa Margarita, is the featured home for the day. Brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. Hey, don't forget, when you go to myfavoritelender.net, you can get the mobile app of Ron Siegel Radio. Totally free. Send a picture of that. So go and get the mobile app, put it on your phone, take a screenshot of it, send it to RJ at ronsiegelradio.com. Send that picture. We'll put you into a raffle where you could potentially win 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas. No, you don't have to buy anything. You just have to show that you got the app. You can delete it if you want to afterwards. There's no app police, but you won't want to because it is a great mobile app. But hey, send that screenshot to RJ at ronsiegelradio.com and we'll get you into the raffle. 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas. No, we don't pay taxes or fees. You got to pay for those. But it is a great, great raffle. Hey, let's take a look at a real-time real estate segment today. What to expect as appraisal gaps grow, brought to you by the real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. In today's real estate market, low inventory and high demand are driving up home prices. As many as 54% of homes are getting offers over the listing price based on the latest Realtors Confidence Index from the National Association of Realtors, NAR. Sharon Telford, Chief Advisor at CoreLogic, elaborates, quote, the frequency of buyers being willing to pay more than the market data supports is increasing, unquote. While this is great news for today's sellers, it can be tricky to navigate if the price of your contract does not match up with the appraisal for the house. It's called an appraisal gap, and it's happening more in today's market than the norm. According to recent data from CoreLogic, 19% of homes had their appraised value come in below the contract price in April of this year. That's more than double the percentage in each of the 2 previous Aprils. So we're going to show you a chart right there on the screen. It's the latest insights from NAR's Realtors Confidence Index to showcase how often issue with an appraisal slowed or stalled the momentum of a house sale in May of this year compared to May of last year. So May this year, 18% delayed, 6% terminated. That was last year. 26% this year, 13% terminated. So think about this. Why would they terminate? Well, it's because people don't know how to deal with the appraisal gap. Right? They think, okay, well, there's an appraisal gap of $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I got to come in with that money. No, you don't. If you've got a strategy in the mortgage process, there are other solutions for that. So you don't need to come in with all that money. Potentially, I don't know your situation, but potentially you can actually go to rsrappraisalgap.com, rsrappraisalgap.com, and you'll actually see a potential solution. If an appraisal comes in below the contract price, the buyer's lender won't loan them more than the house's appraised value. That means there's going to be a gap between the amount of loan the buyer can secure and the contract price of the house. In this situation, both the buyer and seller have a vested interest in making sure the sale moves forward with little to no delay. The seller will want to make sure the deal closes. The buyer won't want to risk losing the money. That's why it's common for sellers to ask the buyer to make up the difference themselves in today's competitive market. Think about that. If you've gone out and made all kinds of offers and you, and you finally get one accepted, and then all of a sudden you got this appraisal gap, what are you going to do? Right? That's the whole issue. That's the challenge for it. So you have to come up with the extra money. But how many people are sitting there with a boatload of extra money on the sidelines? Not a whole lot. So now what do we do? Well, if you don't know the appraisal gap strategy, you might have a problem. So think about this one. Got a purchase price of $420,000. Contemplating 20% down. That gives you a loan amount of $336,000. And I'm going to show you a couple of different ways of dealing with that. Okay, so you got the appraisal came in and it came in light. You could bring in the extra money, right? So you were planning on putting down $92,000. Well, maybe you got to put in more money. Okay, we can do that. That's an option. What if you don't have extra money? Well, what if you got the appraisal and it comes in light by, I don't know, $25,000? Well, what if you come up with $1,700? Or no. What if you come up with an extra $1,000, $1,800? The solution works. What if your appraisal comes in at $375,000 and you got a contract of $420,000? All three of these scenarios have a $1,734 monthly payment. All three of the scenarios have a loan amount of $336,000. Every single one of them. But in the scenario where you have a $420,000 contract, $375,000 appraisal, you're $45,000 light. We already talked about bringing in 20%. What are you going to do? Well, what if you came up with another $5,000 instead of another $45,000? Do you think that's doable? Call grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. See if somebody will lend you that $5,000 if you don't have it. And potentially, it can be done under the appraisal gap strategy. And again, if you don't know the appraisal gap strategy, all you have to do is go to rsrappraisalgap.com, rsrappraisalgap.com. The information is there. Give a call to our team at 800-306-1990. Always anxious to help you. Right? So there's all kinds of options there. Hey, did you get a copy of the Home Buyer's Guide? We came out with our Home Buyer's Guide, rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com. You can get that, or text RSRHBG to 79564, RSRHBG to 79564. We've got so much stuff that we just love to give away to you. And even like we said with the trip to Las Vegas I mentioned earlier, you don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to buy anything. There's no requirement for you to put any money into any of the tools that we give you. We just want to make sure that you're getting what's best for you, for your family. Right? The same reason that we put together the Divorce Your Mortgage workbook, right? And we give that away for free. If you're going through divorce, and I know there's a lot of people in California that go through divorce every single day, go to mydymworkbook.com, mydymworkbook.com, or you can again text mydym workbook to 79564. All free tools that we give you from Ron Siegel Radio. We want you to have, how can I claim to be a consumer advocate if I'm not giving you things to make the best decisions for your family? that are best decisions for your future. That's why we bring on so many great people, financial planners, estate planning attorneys. We brought on bankruptcy attorneys. They all come to Ron Siegel Radio. And if there's something we've missed, just send us a message, rj@ronsiegelradio.com. We are always looking to bring you exactly what is best for you. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean for engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Tides that I tried to swim against brought me